Hello, dear friends, and welcome to your weekly astrology horoscope for March the 22nd through the 28th. This week is pretty active and pretty dynamic. We are right after the beginning of the new astrology year with the ingression of the sun in Aries. So, new flow of energy. This is a more masculine, active, dynamic energy that brings also courage and initiative and a new direction. So I think that we really need a little bit of this fire energy, and it can really help us to get going and pursue our dreams and take some action on our dreams. The other factor that makes the week also very dynamic and active is related to the part of the lunar cycle we are in. We are in the second phase of the lunar cycle. Actually, on Sunday, there will be a full moon, and this is the most productive phase of the lunar cycle when we can achieve things and we can expand and grow and also see some results. So, very productive, very beneficial period from that perspective. And overall, I think that the drive will be stronger and higher and more intense. And we can really focus on something particular and see some visible results in it. Also, a very exciting and interesting aspect this week, which happens on Friday, is the exact conjunction between the Sun and Venus. Venus, the planet of love and relationships and harmony and beauty, will be kind of enlightened by the Sun. And this can really trigger and bring some important topics like love, fulfillment, what brings you the most joy. Also, what does beauty mean for you? It could be beauty in every possible meaning. In nature, when it comes to your appearance, when it comes to having beautiful relationships, and also the need to bring more harmony and balance. It's interesting that Venus is actually not strong in Aries, and Venus can be a little over emotional, a little over dramatic. Venus in Aries may exaggerate certain emotions. So, from one side, there might be some intensity, but it can also feel really exciting. And it really depends on how we are using it. So, make sure not to dramatize too much, but also focus on things that will bring you real joy and happiness and fulfillment. And it's really about going external. This phase of the lunar cycle is just so productive and can really bring you some great results. So let's look closer at each of the days. Obviously, we're going to start from Monday. Monday is pretty peaceful, actually. The moon is in Cancer, which brings the focus to the family stuff, to our emotions, connection with people we love. The energy is a little slower and kind of like more balanced. And there is a very nice aspect with Mercury at this point, which can really bring some intuition that can help us, or insights. Also, it's a great aspect for communication, for socializing with people. So I highly recommend you to focus on improving communication, connections. Even for some kind of intellectual work, the aspect can be helpful as long as you are tuning into your intuition and creativity. So you don't need to push yourself, you don't need to hustle. Just relax and let your intuition and creativity guide you in the right direction. But overall, the day is peaceful, harmonious, great for socializing, spending time with family, relaxing, reading a nice book, maybe even a little planning, but again, from a very calm and balanced place. Then on Tuesday, the situation is a little bit more intense. Mars is having a minor challenging aspect with Pluto. And this can bring some potential struggles, confrontations, or arguments with coworkers, with friends, with authority figures. So be more cautious on Tuesday, and also try to get in touch more with your healthy power, because those two planets are related to our will and our power. And there may need to be some kind of balancing or readjustment. So focus on connecting with your healthy power, maybe processing, working with anger. That would be also a nice direction. Mercury is having a positive aspect with Saturn, which can help with organizing, with discipline, with following the schedule we have prepared for ourselves. Potentially for some business negotiations, the aspect may bring certain boundaries and clarity. And even for business planning, this could be quite helpful. The problem is that Mercury has another minor challenging aspect with Pluto. So communication is kind of on the edge. From one side, there might be some issues and confrontations or power struggles or information that's not being presented, some kind of secret things that we are not fully aware of. But the good thing is that Saturn supports Mercury. So hopefully we will be able to put those boundaries and organize things and use Pluto's energy to motivate ourselves even more and to concentrate and focus. And the moon will be in Cancer most of the day, which increases the emotionality, which brings the focus more to family and personal things. And also, we might be a little slower at that point, but after 6 p.m., the moon will shift to Leo, which dramatically increases the level of energy, especially on a physical level. It's a great time for having some fun or doing something more creative or just focusing on yourself. On Wednesday, the moon is in Leo during the whole day, which can really bring the focus to our desires, our own creativity, doing something that we would like. And the moon has trine with the sun. Those are really one of the most beneficial aspects. So it's great for self-expression, for doing something that you love, for being more creative in a way. But we need to be careful because the moon has some other aspects which are more challenging, like the opposition with Saturn, which may bring some kind of delays or some kind of blockages or maybe some kind of resistance that we may face with. On the other side, there is also a square with Uranus, which can bring a strong desire to change something, to transform something, to overcome something, to experience more varieties, more excitement, some surprises. So we are kind of in the middle between Saturn and Uranus, and those are like two polarities, two really different energies. So be wise, connect more with the sun. That's what can help. And I think focusing on the things that you love and bring you joy will actually help you to be much more productive. On Thursday, we have an interesting aspect. Mercury will square the nodes. And Mercury is actually the ruler of the North Node. So that kind of like brings even a stronger connection. So it's time for maybe reevaluating things, finding new information, or processing things in a different way. And also maybe trying to fix certain things in communication. It's not a bad aspect because Mercury is not a malefic planet. So we shouldn't be bothered by that. It's more about some kind of mental shifts that are necessary. It may include changing certain plans, changing certain steps that we have defined for ourselves. But really, the main focus is on the mind. And Mercury in Pisces is all about the creative mind. It's about the intuition, the connection. So allow yourself to be guided, listen to some intuitive ideas or insights. And this can really help to make those necessary mind shifts. The moon is in Leo during the first half of the day. So lots of focus to creativity, to things that you love, to some kind of self expression and really stepping up and leading in certain way. And around noon, a little bit before noon, the moon will move to Virgo, which brings even more focus to the Mercury energy. And yeah, it's great time for planning, for organizing, for really focusing on details and like small things which will make a significant difference for you. So for work and all kinds of more practical tasks, the day can be beneficial, especially during the second half. And on Friday, we have this amazing conjunction between Venus and the Sun, which really brings the focus to personal life, to relationships, to love, as general and as deep as it can be, because love is not only in a romantic relationship. You may love nature, you may love God, you may love your pets. So just focus on the things that make you or help you connect with love in your life. For some people, this could be business, this could be your passion project, this could be learning something, this could be sports. So don't put yourself in some kind of box. Just remember this connection with love and joy and fulfillment. And allow this passion, the Aries passion, to motivate you to look at yourself, to maybe make certain changes or see things maybe from a different angle. And the other aspect on Friday is between Mars and the North Node. Also, very important aspect which can trigger our focus and our goals and our long-term perspective. The North Node always brings the topic about the future. Mars, on the other side, is the planet of taking action and moving forward, taking certain risks. And that's a great topic to explore. What do you need to do in order to get where you want to go? It really brings the focus to your future goals and goals related to communication or learning or information and all of those exciting things. The moon will be in Virgo, so we need to be precise, we need to be accurate, we need to be very concrete, to focus on the right things, on the small things, to be methodical. And that's how we are more productive and more successful. So to focus on something more practical is great for Friday. You can be precise and really, really accurate. On Saturday, we have two aspects that trigger Jupiter. The Sun and Venus will have a minor challenging aspect with Jupiter, which means that there may need to be some changes when it comes to our goals, our vision, our philosophy. There might be some kind of frustration which can inspire you to take more action or to be more in alignment with your own desires. Sometimes Jupiter triggers the values of other people. Venus on the other side represents our own personal values. So, what are you prioritizing? What society wants and expects of you, or what you really want? Those are some of the questions to ask yourself on Saturday. And yeah, find your own answers. Here, there's no one universal recipe, but Jupiter is really triggered by both the Sun and Venus. So goals, mindset, future plans are quite important, and also maybe learning something from a different perspective. The moon is in Virgo, so we still need to be accurate, precise, to pay attention to details, to focus on our responsibilities, and all of those more practical matters. And finally, on Sunday, we are getting to the point of culmination of this lunar cycle. We have a full moon in Libra Aries, which can help us to look at things from a different perspective, reevaluate things, especially when it comes to relationships, to our actions in our relationships, our behavior, our position. So it's really time to balance the energies and work on those important key relationships in your life. And as always, the full moon is great for materialization of your ideas, of your dreams and your plans. And that's like the peak level of energy during this lunar cycle. So that's why we say that the week can be quite productive, and it's about expansion. Venus and the Sun are having creative aspects with Pluto, which can bring lots of passion and motivation and more dedication to something, especially if we are excited about it and motivated about it. So use this energy, and maybe you need to transform something when it comes to relationships or when it comes to financial matters as well. And overall, Pluto brings more depth. Pluto allows us to get closer to the root of something and explore that and transform and heal. So in relationships, this could be a very interesting time. And also when it comes to our desires. And finally, Venus has one more positive aspect with Uranus. This is a combination of change. This is a combination of surprises, new things, new experiences, excitement. So open up for those surprises and new experiences. In relationships, you can make certain changes. Financially, there might be some positive surprises. So overall, those three aspects are really supporting the new moon. And the three of them indicate some possible changes. The quintile, the creative aspect, is an aspect of change. Uranus, on the other side, is also a planet that brings changes. And all of that coming together with the full moon is a great support if you want to change something in your life, if you need more freedom, if you need something new, if you need to explore something, that's the time to do so. And this is our weekly forecast. So I want to invite you also to join us on Instagram. You can see my username, my handle, whatever that's called. It's Marina Stoichkova. Join me there. I share more interesting stuff on a daily basis. The daily horoscopes are in stories. So it's fun and exciting and inspiring. And I hope you can join us. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you next week.